Alright, so I originally was going to continue the previous video where we would climb into Master Ball tier. We were in Ultra Ball tier, but apparently a new season started. So yeah, we're just going to go forward with where we are. We're going to use the same team. I think probably not a lot of people saw the previous video, so we'll just keep going. It's a fun team. We'll see whether it works in Season 10. So it is called a Beware team. We don't often bring him, but he's there to do some confusion and just otherwise. I mean, he's pretty bulky. He's a good fighting type. We put policy on him because I originally wanted to have self proc, but don't really have the good way to do it. I guess the idea was that given that he's fighting normal, usually there's a lot of people that have super effective attacks against him, so if you Dynamax him, he's a good Dynamax option, but Fluffy should keep him pretty bulky, allow the policy to get procced. But realistically, Zapdos is going to be the biggest Dynamax threat here. Swampert can serve in that role, but oftentimes he's better for just countering Regieleki and some of the other types. Obviously, not good against grass types, so Rillaboom matchups are always interesting, but I think we should have the ability to handle that. Caesar handles that pretty well. Alright, so let's see who we got. Alright, so right off the bat, Intimidate kinda sucks. But otherwise not so bad. I mean, like, Caesar handles a lot of their team pretty well. So I'm thinking that Caesar Clefairy could be a pretty good lead. The only issue is Metagross if they lead that. They don't. Well, they do have two dark. Well, dark actually. They don't have a ton of Dragon Resist. The only one, obviously, Comfy's not so good. But I think that maybe Regidrago would be a good lead here. Very. That way, if they do some shenanigans, so Regidrago can handle a lot of things. Metagross might be a problem, but definitely going to bring Zapdos in the back for that. And I think Caesar might be the best bet here. Beware, honestly, could be pretty good with the dark types, fighting moves. I think actually Beware. I think we're gonna do it. So we'll see how this goes. First match of the new season. It's always gonna be interesting with this team, but I think we've played pretty well with it so far. So we'll see how it goes. If they lead is the question. I think if they lead like anything but Metagross, we'd probably be okay. And if they choose not to Dynax, okay, so Spectre, yeah. So a lot of different things could happen here, right? So Spectre, I mean, that's with Comfy probably is gonna max. So I think we can just, I mean, Comfy, yeah, obviously it's not gonna take damage from Regidrago. Actually, Dragon Kiss could be a problem. So no, I'm just gonna kill him. Yeah, so I think in this case, there's not a whole lot they could. I mean, the Spectrier could use. No, that's yeah. It doesn't really get great. I mean, it could just snarl, I guess, which would be a problem, but not that big of a deal. And I mean, if it gets too bad, we can always swap. But right, so they don't max, meaning that if they're probably gonna go for a snarl, nope, they didn't go for anything. So this is going to put a lot of damage onto the Spectrier. Oh, well, I am stuck, so it has a bulky Spectrier. Alright, so they do go for Snarl, which kind of sucks because that's going to drop the attack and the damage is going to drop it further. But oh yeah, wow. I didn't think of that. So I mean, it's not that big a deal. I think we're bulky enough. Beware is actually pretty decent in that situation, so I could just swap Regidrago into Beware. thinking they're gonna attack into that slot because they know they have redirection. So I think that's actually the play. They're gonna floor heal him now. I don't really actually have a good way to attack here anyway. I'm just gonna actually do this again because they're gonna floral healing, which I don't really care about. Oh, yep, okay. Well, I forgot about the priority. So follow me is not gonna do anything here. I should have helping handed. Oh well. Snarl comes out. Yeah. So this isn't gonna do very much, but yeah. Could have played that better. We'll see. I mean, they didn't heal, so it might still KO their Spectre, which would be good. It is enough to pick up the KO. Alright, so I did get a crit. I'm not sure whether that matters. But we'll see. I think the -2 at this point plus half health, we're either going to need to sack Reggie Drago or yeah, so with Metagross coming out, we're going to need to try to stall out Trick Room. I think Reggie Drago's useless at this point. Ideally I'd get his free switch into Beware, although Comfy really needs to die. And Reggie Drago's not helping me at all in that regard. So I think we just need to sack it. So we'll just go for Dragon Energy, get whatever damage off we can, and just protect. We're probably gonna Iron Head or Max into the Fairy. So, I mean, the goal for right now is just install out Trick Room and install out Dynamax. It's gonna be tough because Metagross is gonna hit pretty hard. And we're gonna get some defense boosts assuming we use Steel Spike. But if we can get Reggie Drago to die, then we can get a free switch into Beware, which will help stall out both. So they do go after Reggie Drago, that's good. Well, doesn't KO, which really stinks. So they're gonna just Steel Spike into Clefairy. It's not gonna do a ton, but it does put me in range of getting KO next turn, and I do get the boost. So this is not a good spot to be in. This is gonna do next to nothing. Yeah. So they're gonna Steel Spike again into the Fairy with Metagross, and probably Draining Kiss again, because then they have no reason not to. We have 2 turns of Trick Room left, and they got 2 turns of Dynamax. So definitely want to just use Reggie Drago as fodder at this point. It's not really doing anything. I try to double protect. I really don't want to take a Steel Spike with either Zapdos or Beware. And I think without redirection, I should still be okay. So I'm just going to go for it. It's only 30%, it's probably not going to work, but I don't really have a better play. Yeah. That stinks, but I think I mean, we might just get a double KO here, which, oh, okay. So Reggie Drago staying alive does allow me to actually stall out both Trick Room and the Dynamax. So that's actually not so bad, because now I can, let's see, it's the last turn. So I should be able to max guard with, say, Zapdos. And I think that's the play. As you can see. Yeah. I'm gonna do this. We'll see. So I think, because I should have speed obviously after Trick Room, and if they ally switch or something like that, then they're not Trick Rooming. So yeah, we're just gonna let Reggie Drago do whatever it can, which is basically nothing. But we're gonna max guard here to stall out both their Dynamax and Trick Room. So next turn, I mean, almost assuredly what I would expect would be a Protect on Metagross and Trick Room from Comfy. So I'm hoping we're gonna need them to try to. If they KO Regidrago, then I'm gonna free switch into Blair, which would, because Regidrago is obviously not doing anything to Comfy, so we're gonna definitely need to. Okay, good. They do take out Regidrago, so that ultimately is good for us. So this Steel Spike or whatever we're doing is not going to do anything. Obviously, Hailstorm. Okay, so it's good to know that they have Hailstorm, so that is a threat. But Trick Room's over. Dynamax is over. So I think I need to double into the Comfy slot, which means they Alpha Switch and Protect when they get nowhere. So I think I just want to Facade into Comfy, and Airship's risky. I think I'm just going to Max Lightning into Comfy. I think whatever Metagross has should, if they choose, yeah, well this might do a bit, yeah, pretty bulky. It does activate Policy though, so this actually is pretty good for me. So we'll see how much damage I put onto this Comfy. It didn't Trick Room, so that's good. Alright, we might actually pick up a KO here. Assuming Wear doesn't go down, but I don't think Metagross, Metagross probably targeting, yeah, so Ice Punch, yeah, it's not going to be fun. We're definitely going to need to take him out, but they can't Trick Room now, so, oh, that sucks a lot, actually. Alright, so now, we have got Terrain. No point. I guess I can just close combat into the Comfy slot, and I could go for just a freeze, because this is, no, that's not gonna be right. Yeah, I think I need to close Comfy. I do that, and target. I need to put damage on Metagross, because those Ice Punches are going to stack. So we're going to do this. They may Ally Switch. If they do, so be it. So they Draining Kiss again. That's not going to do too much. Not too worried about that. They are going to heal up a bit, but close combat should probably KO from that range. So they should have hurt, but not as much as I was. Because we're just wasting Dynamax turns at this point. If they do Iron Hitting for Wear, alright, so that's actually not so bad. Oh, they got damage. Well, that sucks a lot. Alright, so what do we do here? I think I just Heat Wave with Zapdos. I should pick up both KOs, assuming they're Dragon Kissing. I need to. Okay, they might flow up healing now. I don't know that it matters. I think I want to Facade into Comfy and Heat Wave. I need to pick up 2 KOs here, otherwise this game's over. We'll see. I really didn't want to prop policy on Metagross. I don't know whether this will KO if I connect. They're probably just going to Drain Kiss again though. So Comfy. Nope, they withdraw. Alright, so that's not so bad. That's didn't do anything now. Because they're probably just going to Snow on you. So that brings me, I'm still +1 with Blair. But they're going to. Alright, so can't really do anything about the fact that they're just going to fake out, other than this will still put some damage on Comfy. Not too bad. They're going to Dragon Kiss again. They're probably going to try to Party Shot. Do take out Comfy. So I kind of actually forgot that where it hadn't gone yet. So likely they're going to bring Metagross back in. So my play here is just double protect. Avoid fake outs so I don't immediately take a KO. And probably going to try to Parting Shot. Well, actually they can't. So it's 2v2. So we can bring this back. If we can get a, if we can KO the Metagross, I think we'll be in okay shape. The trick is going to be, so we do have Terrain. So I think Thunderbolt will take out Metagross. Because realistically, We want to post-combat Incineroar and run Thunderbolt into Metagross. So we'll see. This should... If this doesn't KO Metagross, I think it's just game over. But I think we can 2v1 Incineroar. As long as I don't immediately KO Zapdos, we should be fine. So let's see. It is enough to pick up the KO. Alright, so I think that should be pretty good. Oh, wait, went first. Alright, so he's gonna put some big damage on this. Yeah. Beware the bear! Clutches it out in the end. Alright, nice. That's a good game win. This team, you know, if you can stall out whatever it is that they're going for, whether it be Dynamax or Trick Room or whatever, this team has a lot of really good late game options. Because not a lot of things resist what we have. So as long as we don't immediately lose, you know, a couple of mons in the first turn or two, we can usually hold out pretty well. So let's see. So we got a new team. Let's see what they bring. So we got Charizard with no sun. That's interesting. Dragapult, Clefairy. So Regidrago could be okay here. So the Charizard lead is kind of scary. I mean, Swampert, we might be alright, although Solar Beam just destroy me. So have to be careful about that. Probably want to bring him in the back to fade it out. Well, there's a good lead against Metagross and stalls out the Raikou pretty well. So I think I might want to lead Swampert and Zapdos. Actually, they go buried. It could be a problem, but actually Swampert Sneasel might be alright. Because then they'd have to choose a target between. And Caesar's not doing a whole lot to Charizard, but yeah, actually I think it's Zapdos Swampert. I don't generally love leading Zapdos because it's my best late game option, but I think in this case, I think I want Regidrago in the back. Is Beware doing anything for me? Beware can switch in on Dragapult possibly. Okay. Hope I got that in. We shall see. Honestly, I don't know. Kind of hard to tell with this team who they're actually going for because they had a lot of potential sweepers with not a lot of obvious strategy, or at least not that I know of. So we might just have to kind of wing it. But we'll send out. So okay, that's not great, but it's not the worst. Because I do counter them pretty well here, so which one was there? Oh, that's not good. I want to say it's Metagross. So I can't tell. No. Great. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna just max Swampert here. I don't like doing that normally, but I think it's probably my best play. If I switch into Clefairy, I can get Friend Guard up anyway, and then I can just max Geyser because I don't know into it's Metagross. I think likely the Bowler is probably Metagross. Let's see. Hopefully they wouldn't have Iron-Headed Zapdos slot. They might have. And it's max Geyser's not going to do a ton too. So this might be a bad idea, although it will pop the balloon if I have it. I should survive whatever they go for, unless they double into Clefairy. I mean, likely the Raikou's. It might be Bulldoze, I guess, which could be a problem. But I don't know that facing a flying type, which gets access to Heat Wave, that they would Bulldoze lower their own speed. White screen. Okay, so yeah, that's not particularly good. Although it's not really gonna hurt. Uh, so they do Quake. That's not gonna do much. So they're probably gonna set Reflect next turn and Iron Head into Fairy. It could survive an Iron Head regardless. Or a Nexus like that. So that's gonna do decent damage. I think I need to Helping Hand and Geyser again. With the Helping Hand damage plus the rain, they're not balloon, otherwise it would have popped. Good Quake. I'm not sure which. So Quake, yeah, 136 CC. I think Geyser is still gonna be stronger with the rain. Plus Helping Hand. So we'll do that. I don't think Raiku's that much of a problem right now, so they're just going for screens. Let's see. I mean, the screen's gonna suck, but with the Helping Hand it should kind of be a wash. And then with the rain boosted liquidation, Volt Switch. Okay, so they don't even set screens. That's actually really good. Oh, this may KO Clefairy, but did I move first? I don't even remember. They didn't have. So, did they? Fairy. Okay, so yeah, that sounds great. But okay, well, I made the right play, I think, doing the Helping Hand. Because it targeted into that slot anyway, so Swampert stay healthy. They burned 2 Dynamax turns, and I haven't taken a whole lot of damage on Swampert yet. They didn't get a Reflect up, so this should do nearly as much as I was hoping. So they're gonna be able to redirect whatever I put out. Zapdos can Heat Wave, but it's raining, so that's pointless. Regidrago, it resisted, but might still do enough. Not to KO it, I guess, but to put it in enough of a threat that might change what they do with their Clefairy. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think Regidrago is really going to help us a whole lot. I think we need to keep Swampert and Zapdos healthy. Which is not going to be easy. I mean, I could just Hyper Beam, but I don't think that's... Because it's going to... Well, that would go into Fairy. That's just a bad idea. So, we'll do this. It's not going to do very much. I'm going to Quake to the Metagross slot, and if it goes into Clefairy, so be it. You should get the special boost will help a little bit. I think I would have been. I don't think another Geyser would KO Metagross from this slot, not until we get the Dragon Energy off. So, who do they go for? If they Helping Hand instead of Follow Me, then I'll be disappointed. But they just Protect. Okay, that's actually. Oh no, I targeted Fairy. Shoot. Alright, should have doubled Metagross. That was dumb. I probably should have done it anyway because of redirection. Yeah, that was a misplay. I might. Okay, so that's into Regidrago. Pretty good deal. Didn't really need him anyway. I just needed to stall out their Dynamax. They do change the weather, which is actually good for me. Because that means Zapdos can use Heat Wave now. If it comes out, that'll boost my special defense. Oh, I did target it. Ha! Here I was thinking of targeting the Fairy. Alright, cool. That's actually perfect. So we do take out that. That was best case scenario, actually. They change weather. I guess I need a bum for. We'll see what they send out. I think. So Raiku's obviously still in the back. Does Raikou get Lightning Rod? I don't think it does. Check. No, remember? Go. Doesn't get Lightning. So I thought I want to Thunderbolt it, but okay, so Dragapult. So think I need to just double. The Clefairy is likely. I think I just need to try to get rid of this Clefairy. Dragon Bolt can kind of do whatever he wants here. And you take the Phantom Forces, then I don't want to waste my attack. I'm gonna Heat Wave. Not gonna do very much, but I'll do it anyway. And then, Horsepower. Okay. So do follow me, so it doesn't really matter. So this physical, which that's not gonna be good. Wow, it does a ton. So I really need to get rid of this Clefairy. I do connect them both, which is good, but it does like absolutely nothing. So I do get the wrong one. I think that's actually still my play though. So this is not gonna go well. This is where these would have been helpful. You get the berry drop, which is good. But that darts, I don't have a good way to deal with that. Because they're just gonna follow me again. Doesn't 2-hit KO me, but it's pretty close. I think Swampert, I think I need to exactly Zapdos here and high horsepower Clefairy again. I think if I do that, then it might die to the burn. I should live another darts. I just yeah. No, that's smart play by them. I mean, that was the right play. So Zapdos is likely gonna die. I don't take double. I do. Okay, then that's annoying. I didn't realize that I would take both of those from protecting. So there's nothing I can really do. If I protect Swampert, then Zapdos just goes down. Swampert dies anyway. Yeah, I think this one's just. I don't think I can really do anything. I can Hurricane into this, get confused, it's not the best I can hope for. If I protect Swampert, then I just die, so I'll go Liquidation. High horsepower into just try to double Dragon or Dragon Bolt. Yeah, man. I don't care. There's no way. Obviously kill Swampert because of that. And yeah. Alright, well, yeah, I didn't really have a good lead against that team. That's why I don't love maxing Swampert, because it just doesn't get enough done. Like, we stalled out there with Dynamax turns, fine, but we just weren't picking up any KOs. And with their options in the back, they just obviously were able to clean up after the fact. That's alright. We'll see. We'll try the next one more and we'll go from there. Alright, so we have. See, competitive is kind of annoying. And so Swampert is pretty good here. But I also need Zapdos. Kind of more luck with Zapdos in the back, obviously, so we do that. These are pretty good against a lot of what they have. They don't really do much. Regidrago. Honestly, they don't have a good resist for Regidrago. They could fake out, but then that get them anywhere. I mean, well, yeah, they could fake out double it. Well, I guess if they fake it out, then Clefairy just takes the hit. And I don't think they have anything that hits Clefairy other than Silstila, which could be a problem. think I want to lead Seawood. Screw it. This might be a bad idea. Okay, use one group. Yeah, so I mean, leading Regidrago, really hit or miss. It's, you know, you really need to keep it healthy. But fake out is a problem. If they leave Revile here for fake out, if they're not setting up. So obviously fake out is an issue. Which, I mean, if they take out the fairy, I outspeed and do a ton of damage. If they fake out Regidrago, then I think I'm still okay because I can just fall. So we're gonna do that. I think they're probably gonna max. Yeah, they're gonna max Entei. I don't know whether it gets heal move. Hopefully not. Either way, well, fire is sorry. So I think we should still get some pretty decent damage up one way or the other. Sweet. So they do fake out the fairy, that's okay. Because now, I mean, Revile's just gonna be sashed. It does get, so they quake into probably Regidrago. Yeah. It doesn't do a ton, however, that's gonna do enough to, they get special defense boost and it drops my attack, and they probably have Ice Shard on the thing. Which can't really afford to take more damage, so I just need to follow me again. Unfortunately, I really would like to helping hand here, which I can do once Weavile's off the board, but with that priority move, because like I'm guessing they're gonna Ice Shard. Nope, they don't. So alright, well, Weavile's down. We're getting a good chunk on Entei, and you haven't maxed yet, so like that's how this team wins games. So they do Flare, which doesn't bother me. Flare, okay, Flare hangs on. So that's good. Yeah. I'm not sure it matters, because I don't think they have any other redirection on this team. And I can just helping hand Dragon Energy again, and that's still gonna do a ton of damage. I mean, the only thing they have that outspeeds is Reggie and Lecky, which they probably would have led with. So, I'm gonna Dragon Energy again, and just helping hand. Fairy's gonna obviously probably go down, but that's not that big of a deal. And honestly, if we lose both, it's not that big of a deal either. So we will stall out their Dynamax, and we should get a good chunk. They might max guard, I guess, but it doesn't really get them anywhere. They don't, so it's still gonna do a ton of damage. Alright, so we didn't KO. Yeah, so it's not even getting KO. So I don't know who they target with Articuno here, but they don't target Regidrago. It doesn't really matter who they target, to be honest. They do target Clefairy, so that'll take out Clefairy, which is totally fine. So it's still faster with Regidrago, and even though it's not like doing anything about at this point, I think I want to bring in Swampert. I can follow. No, I can't. I think I need to save Zapdos. It's usually the play for this team. Hold out Dynamax as long as possible. So I am slower. I haven't seen like Solar Beam. I don't think I have it. I don't know if it gets it. But Dragon Energy should still probably hopefully be enough to pick up the KO on Articuno. I think it doesn't get Alex Fish, does it? I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm okay. Scream speed. Okay, so they do take out Regidrago. It's not that big of a deal. As long as they don't KO Womper, recover. That's okay because it still has Zapdos in the back. So, not too worried about that. This should KO, as long as I don't miss. Alright, good. So Entei's gone. So, I still have my entire max. This is the situation I prefer to be in. Hopefully they don't. I don't even remember who had on the team. But I think I'm in a pretty good spot. Regardless, Seal. Alright, so yeah. We're in a pretty good spot. I can just pretty freely max Lightning, Steal, and Rock Slide. And I don't think they can one-hit KO either of me. I mean, if they protect Steal, so be it. Rock Slide should still KO Articuno, I think. As long as I don't miss. We're gonna draw, I mean, it might recover again. Whatever. I mean, I don't think I mean, Meteor Beam would really suck. So that's why I need to take out Steal. They don't protect, so that's pretty good. This is gonna do a lot. Yeah. So, Zapdos is definitely one of the better counters to Steal. Because it gets Heat Wave, it gets Thunderbolt. So, then obviously Swampert is good. If they get the freeze, that would suck. I don't get the freeze, that's good. I do miss though, but it shouldn't matter now. And just liquidation, so the accuracy. Alright, so that should pick up the KO and a win. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna call it after this video, but this team still doing pretty well, not gonna lie. I like it. It's surprising because I never expected it to actually be good. But yeah, I've had a much better record with this team than most. So I think a lot of teams just don't know how to lead against it. As long as I don't pop up the lead, then we have a good chance. So, alright, I'm going to call it a video there. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, subscribe if you feel like it, all that YouTuber stuff that I don't really know anything about. But yeah, talk to you guys later.